Welcome back to the BST4 channel. Windows, what's going on? What's happening, man? Thank you guys for checking out the other videos, man, and the new subscribers, man. Thank you guys for subscribing, and the old subscribers, man. I do appreciate all your guys' support. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, man. You are the shit. So we still got this thing going on here. It looks good, man. I would use maybe a tighter belt, or I think this tensioner is weak as heck. And more likely it's probably the tensioner weak as heck, but it still works all in all. But I'm gonna double check it and probably use my old tensioner and put on there and see what happens. It'd probably be a little bit better. But remember I told you about the small things? Well, there's a chance that you do some of the big things. Now the big things is to put in a 5-speed trans while your car is sitting. And that's what I started to do. Now, the first thing you basically do is you jack the car up and then you get some daggone tools. To even start this thing, you're going to need a 12, a 15, and a 13. The 13 is for the Crossmember bolts, and then the 15 is going to be for the transmission mount. And then after that, or either with no order, then you're going to hit it up, and this is the drive shaft bolts here. 12, 15, and a 13 to even start. That's what you're going to need to do. Now, after you get all of those parts and everything out of your thing, you see that you need a new yoke, and you need to change it. We have one here, didn't change it yet. You know why I ain't changed it? Because I am dealing with that god dang press fit Crossmember on there. The car is a 2004. It has the stock trans in there, so the trans never came out. It never did. Now I have to take this thing out, and I did this once before and it was a headache, and this one is nothing different. But also too, on the drive shaft I noticed that there is gear oil right there. So when I took this drive shaft off, gear oil poured out. The nut, the seal, whatever the heck is going on, it was coming out of the pinion thingy of the rear end. Ridiculous. And see, that is what I am up against. So I'm just taking my time, taking a breather. The heat out here will get you. Really, a one man can do this. You could either send it out, spend the money. I got my boy Carlos, he'd do this for 200 bucks, but I cannot send the car over there because there's a lot of little tiny details that he's going to miss that I need to make sure that it's done. So it's best for me to do it right here. So we're going to get back to it, and we're going to just finish this thing up, at least get the transmission out, at least. So I'm keeping it real with you guys, man. It's 2 days later. I have to wait till the sun went down and it's about to rain and everything. So what you kind of do is, I don't know, I guess I get up underneath here and kind of pierce it down. As you can see, I bent the heck out of this. Man, this thing don't move no more. For you guys who are quite savvy, if you can slide a 13 while this thing is still up to take this out, that'll be a good thing. That would be the best thing. I just never had any luck because I'm dealing with limited space. This is my second time doing it. I remember if I had remembered that this had bolts on it, I forgot. I would have got with that. It was just a bad move on my behalf. But right now I'm just plugging out some of this, like this here, plug out that, plug out this, and then got to remove that harness off of the trans. I'm going to tell you, the second hardest thing to do is getting that third bolt on top of that starter. Not even going front. You know what I mean? You got to really take your time. You know what I mean? You hit the bottom one, boom. You hit the one that's on the side right there, boom, and then there's one hidden one. And it's almost like you got to move, put your hand back here somewhere. Yo, maybe somebody got a better way. All I know is top bolt on that starter is the worst. Now what I'm going to start doing is hitting up these little small bolts around here. I didn't even do that one on the side yet. Got a wrench for it. I didn't even lube it up yet. So alright, we took off that. The top one came off good with a 1/2 inch line wrench, and then the other one I had to use these pair of grips here. I know you guys probably never seen something like this, but these always worked for me. Hit that up with the grips just to loosen it, then I used the line wrench to get with it. And then I took off those 2 bolts there that goes underneath that. Now we're just going to switch over to the other side and start taking off some other stuff slowly. So alright, so we took the shift lever thingy off. It's up here tucked away. We got the flex plate bolts off at least. Alright, so man, listen here. We got a lot of things going with the car. We got all the bolts from left to right, front to back, except the bell housing bolts. Once we get the bell housing bolts, this car transmission will be out. Now we're going sitting here modifying this Crossmember. We're doing a pretty decent job. Hopefully this stuff will work. Hopefully. We don't know yet. But the next video, man, what we're going to do is we're going to be tackling the drive shaft, and we're going to be doing the yoke. We're going to be taking out the transmission, putting in another transmission. You know, all the other stuff, all the good stuff. You know what I mean? So, thank you guys for watching this episode of Build Something TV, man. Hope you guys were enlightened, and we'll check you guys out on the flip side. All right? See you guys.